I do not like going to bed at night drunk or with the bed spins. You ever get the bed spins when you're trying to go to sleep? It's when you want to puke. So I like to have a few drinks during the afternoon, have dinner. By the time you're in bed, it's over. All that's left is a little headache, maybe. Welcome to the East Village, NYC, or as us local people call it, NY Shitty. Actually, the local people don't call it that. The local people who were born here and living here all their lives call it that. This antique store, by the way, I just happen to be randomly passing it, has been here forever. I mean, I remember it was here in the 90s. What's it called? Oh, you have a clock repair place, Ipswich, Watch and Clock. But it's also an antique store. I think I went in here once. Pretty cool. Nothing compares to the East Village, even today in 2025. It's definitely not 1995. Not too many punk rockers left, but it's still got that grimy grittiness that never ends, that lingers on for eternity. If not in reality, then in the minds and the hearts of those of us who lived here and lived through it. I used to go to CBGB's every week, almost. Never missed a week at CBGB's. Of course, that's all gone now. But what once was here physically is still here spiritually. So where am I going today, you might ask? Well, I thought I would head over to Bull McCabes and have a beer. That's my goal. I'll have a beer or 5 before I head home. I had some business to take care of down here. So I decided to, since I'm here and they're open now, because they open at 3 o'clock these days, I figured I'd head over there. We're on 3rd Avenue and 12th Street. Bob Dylan had a song, Positively 4th Street. Some of you might remember. Positively 4th Street, but that was the West Village. I don't care for the West Village as much. I mean, I've always been an East Village denizen. I find this, I feel more alive in the East Village. The West Village, even in the 90s, was big money to live over there. Yeah, so I'm walking over to Bull McCabes, St. Mark's Place, NYC. And I'm gonna go in and have a brewski. It's a hot day today, it's hot as hell. And I'm hungry. Oh, look at that beautiful ATM machine. Do you feel comfortable putting your debit card into this? I wouldn't. They've always looked like that, by the way. Nothing's changed. I am starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast, and it's 3 o'clock. I could go for some sushi. We shall see. There's the Moxie. I don't know if you could see it from here. The sun is like killing me. The sun is right in my eyes. But there it is, the Moxie. Big deal. I never liked the Moxie to begin with. Now across the street, you have the Smith restaurant and bar. I wish it was the Smiths with an S and Morrissey, but it's not. I digress. Man, it's a hot day today. So this whole place on the right here is empty. I wonder what's going to go in here. Let's see if I could get in there and have you look. Oh, look at that big piece of land. Somebody's developing that. God only knows what it's going to be. I'm going to make a prediction. It's going to be a glass and steel monstrosity. Just what the East Village needs. And my phone always seems to ring when I'm shooting a video. Isn't that funny? I let it go to voicemail. How important could it be? What's more important than being in the East Village with you guys? So, usually I have a topic for my videos. This was completely random, impromptu, with no topic. But I'm here and I hate to waste the opportunity to gather some photons. Gather some photons. I got that expression from a British YouTuber named Charlie Veitch. Veitch. Watch him all the time. It's hilarious. He films mostly in Manchester. So it's really interesting. All right, you don't want to look at my handsome face. Back to the sights. We got to get across the street at some point. Might as well do it now. These are all NYU dorms. That's an NYU dorm over there. These have been up as long as I can remember. NYU bought a lot of land in the East Village and parts of the West Village over by Washington Square Park. And they bought the land and they have all kinds of things going on. A lot of dorms though, mostly dorms. And I support that, nothing wrong with that. Oh, look at the pigeons. They're cooling themselves off in this horrible heat here on Stuyvesant Street. It's a hot day. I don't know how hot it is. It feels like it's, I'm gonna guess 95. The handle on this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is getting very hot. All right, St. Mark's Place. This is where we want to be. Ray's Pizza. I used to go in there too much, too many times. God, these damn trucks with the noise. I used to go into Ray's Pizza on the corner there many, many times after a night of drinking. I had a bad habit. I'd go out drinking and get completely inebriated. And back then my drink of the day was vodka and cranberry. I would get completely inebriated and then I never ate when I drank. Can you relate to this? I must have been an alcoholic. I never wanted to eat when I drank because as soon as the food hit the stomach, the party was over. The food would kill the buzz. So I would drink and drink and drink over here in the bars. And then when I knew, all right, I've had enough, it's time to go, then at that point, Ray's Pizza. Very, very unhealthy. No wonder I had a fatty liver. I hope I don't still have a fatty liver. And there's the location across the street of the old trash and vaudeville that is no more. Now it moved. Jimmy Webb, the late Jimmy Webb. God bless him. Boy, these Amazon trucks are very busy over here. Sorry, pardon me. That's better. Yeah, these Amazon trucks are all over the place. I guess all the people that live in these high-end townhouses, because they think it's grimy and gritty, so they spend $3 million on an apartment. All these wealthy, whatever they are, do a lot of Amazon ordering. This is the site here of, upstairs was Andy Warhol's, what was it called? His plastic exploding inevitable. And downstairs was another nightclub. Then when that closed in the late 80 something, this became a methadone clinic. And I used to sit across the street in the bar over there, Grassroots Tavern, that doesn't exist anymore, and stare at the junkies loitering on the steps all day. Very sad, the changes. Oh, I'm starving. Oh, but Mamoun's Falafel. If you want a good falafel, that's the place to go, Mamoun's Falafel. They're still here. I used to go in there in the 90s. All right, we're outside of Bull McCabes Irish Pub. We're gonna go in for a brewski. If they let me film, I will. So we're out of luck. Bull McCabes is closed. Now they don't open until 4 o'clock. They used to open at 3. And then in the 90s, when I was coming here, they used to open at 12. One of my favorite spots for day drinking in the East Village. I'm a day drinker. And the reason I'm a day drinker is I do not like going to bed at night drunk or with the bed spins. You ever get the bed spins when you're trying to go to sleep? It's when you want to puke. So I like to have a few drinks during the afternoon, have dinner. By the time you're in bed, it's over. All that's left is a little headache, maybe. I do not like going to bed at night drunk or with the bed spins. You ever get the bed spins when you're trying to go to sleep? It's when you want to puke. So I like to have a few drinks during the afternoon, have dinner. By the time you're in bed, it's over. All that's left is a little headache, maybe. So they open in 15 minutes. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit. I found a stoop. Hopefully nobody yells at me here. It's rare to find a stoop you could sit on. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Just sitting here and seeing what's happening. Oh, I could turn the lens to the right. I could turn the lens to the left, so I can capture some of the sights. And that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, things have changed in the East Village. It's definitely not what it was. I tell you the truth, I feel like just leaving, going home. The excitement's not there. It used to be something to look forward to. Let me do a close-up on me. It used to be something you could look forward to when you go to a bar and you know the bartender for a long time. He knows you. He knows your problems. He knows what you do, where you work. He knows your family, your kids. That type of a neighborhood kind of a bar in the East Village, not out in Queens somewhere. So it used to be like that over here. And then people would come in and you'd say, "Hi, Ed. Hi, Riley. Hi, Joe. Hi, Laura." Those days are gone. And I don't think even if you came in to these bars now, what's left of them, and you became a regular and came in every day, I don't think you'd capture that same local pub where everybody knows your name. I want to go where everybody knows my name. All right, I won't sing. I don't think that exists in this neighborhood, because so many of the old timers, and by old timers I mean people that have been living here 20, 30 years, so many of those folks were either forced out by the landlords or they died. So that's the story, Morning Glory. But it's still fun to come down here and look around and see what's happening. I like doing it, even though it's not what it used to be. I'm still hungry. I think I'll stop for a beer first before I actually start thinking of eating. Oh, we got 9 more minutes. Okay, not too bad. This battery handle's hot, let me tell you. I should have bought my little mini tripod, although I don't know where I would put it on these steps. I don't know if it's going to capture anything of interest. St. Mark's is definitely dead. Somebody wrote a book about 7, 8 years ago titled St. Mark's is Dead. Big thick book too. I bought the book, and really well written. Look it up. St. Mark's is Dead, and it talks about all the old places that used to be here that don't exist anymore. They're all gone, which really makes me sad. But yeah, I do believe St. Mark's is dead or on life support. 2 girls on my left are sharing a Marlboro, and the way they're smoking it, it's as if they're sharing some sort of an exotic drug. Well, maybe to them it is an exotic drug. Maybe they just got here from Jersey, where cigarettes are just not allowed. I don't know. But it's definitely weird. I hope you guys are enjoying this video that's about nothing. This is like the Seinfeld show. It's a video about nothing. But I had no topic today. I was just in the hood, in the neighborhood, and I had the camera with me, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to gather some photons for you guys. Plus, I haven't put out a video in a while. 5 days, I think. I start getting nervous. Then I'll put something out. I try. My goal was to do 3 a week. I'm trying to do 2 a week. 3 a week is definitely not an easy thing to do. So I'm trying to do 2 a week at a minimum. But I think the last couple of weeks I only did one a week. I always appreciate the comments. My videos, although they're not viral, meaning I'm not getting millions of views or tens of thousands of views, but I seem to get a lot of comments from people who think like me and agree with me, and that's definitely much appreciated. I hate to be the guy who's standing outside the bar waiting for them to open the door. That's pretty bad when you're that guy. So I really don't want to be that guy. The old place across the street that's no longer there, Grassroots, he opened at 4 every day. But he was in there at 2 o'clock, 2:30, sweeping, reading the paper, whatever he's doing. If I got there at 3:30, quarter after 3, he saw me at the door, he'd let me in. And that is what we lost in the hipster invasion. That's exactly what we lost. And I don't know if we'll ever get it back. As everyone swipes on their cell phones all day and no one reads books and no one listens to music. That's another thing. No one listens to music anymore. Oh, people listen to what they can think is music. What's that woman? Oh, I always forget her name. She's really annoying. Taylor Swift. People listen to Taylor Swift thinking that's music. That's not music. That's garbage. That's synthetic, fake, electronic garbage. She's got her lyrics are completely nonsense. If you separated her lyrics from the background music, if you separated the lyrics from the music and wrote it down on paper and tried to read it, it would be absolute filth. It would be absolute nothing, garbage, just a repetitive, trance-like line over and over and over again. And people like this shit, and they pay money for it. It's really, really crazy. I don't get it. Taylor Swift. Noel Gallagher had some choice words for Taylor Swift. The other day I saw in an interview. It's not music today, man. There is no music today. When we were young, music was a big deal. You heard a record was coming out. So-and-so Oasis was releasing an album June 14th. You went to the record store, you got online, you couldn't wait to get the album. Today people download everything, so it becomes disposable garbage. Lost its value. That's my rant about music. Sitting on a stoop on St. Mark's Place. Well, we got a minute. I think I could walk over there now. How miraculous is that? It's right across the street, and it's coming up quick, and then we're gonna go in, and we're gonna, oh, the lights are on. The lights are on over there. I don't know if you could see it. That means they're open. All right, I'm going in. If they let me turn the camera on, I'll keep it on. But I'll be back. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're done at Bull McCabes. And I've been, I've had about seven beers, 7 bottles of beer. So I'm a little drunk right now. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Oh. I have no time to talk to her. These women can wait. So, well, let me show you the sights. It's about, well, I've been in Bull McCabes about 4 hours. No, actually 3 hours. So I had beer. I'm a little tipsy right now, and I'm going to head home. I couldn't really, I took a few pictures in there. Well, one picture of an Oscar Wilde saying up on the wall, which I thought was kind of cool. But it's raining on St. Mark's Place in East Village. Am I slurring my words? I feel like I am. I still haven't eaten since breakfast, which is not good, especially with drinking. But that's the story of my life. I did get a few chicken shawarmas to go, but I won't be home for a couple of hours at least. So I'm just gonna walk up to Union Square to get on the subway, and I figured I'd fill you guys in on my day. See, the tourists all stop and wait for the light to turn green. But the natives have common sense. The natives have common sense to look and see if there's no cars coming. It's safe to walk. I got a notice on my phone about a tornado watch. That would be kind of weird to have tornadoes hit, although that sky does look fairly ominous. I'm really hungry. I might stop at the Oyster Bar in Grand Central just to have a few. Guys, I'm a little tipsy right now, so if I'm slurring my words, please excuse me. But it was really cool to go to an old school dive bar that I haven't been to in years and see that nothing has changed on the inside. But what has changed is the people, the patrons who come in. The bartender, who was a nice young lady from Ireland, tells me that there are no more regulars that come in. It's different faces all the time. Okay, over here we have some what we refer to as crusties. These are the wealthy kids who pretend they're homeless and live out on the street because it's kind of cool. And they all seem to have a dog with them. What the hell is that all about? Anyway, today was a very impromptu video. Nothing scripted, nothing planned. Just me having a few drinks in the East Village, NYC. Couldn't think of a better place I'd want to be. Funny thing is, I didn't really plan to drink tonight because I drank last night. I drank at home, but still, I don't like drinking 2 nights in a row. Not since I turned 50. But you know how it is. Once you go in, and the atmosphere is cool, and the music is good, They had the Ramones playing most of the night. So once you go into that, it's kind of hard to not start drinking. I don't think I'm drunk. I think I'm buzzed, but not drunk. Of course, if I was driving and got pulled over, that might be a different story. But I'm definitely not ossified. One or two more beers and I would be ossified. Yeah, it's very windy here. Where are we? We're approaching 12th Street. You know, the DJ Osmo is not a waterproof camera. Wow, it's really windy. Wouldn't it be nice if a twister were to touch down while I'm filming? That would be awesome. Well, not really. Yeah, the wind it's very windy. I don't know if you could hear that. And it's a cold wind. I mean, it's been 95 all day. I hate walking over these grates. That's like a 20-foot drop. It's definitely a different culture at night. I mean, it's almost 7 p.m., so this is the night culture coming out. Here's the Linen Hall. Sidewalk Cafe looks busy.
Yeah.
Oh, and the bar is packed. Not my kind of bar.
Yeah, I just don't want her to. We should look far away.
I'm more of a dive bar kind of guy. Dive bar with loud music and fast women. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. The potential for fast women. So I used to live on 14th Street and I'd come to this bar and then crawl home. Easy peasy, no problem. Now I gotta get on a freaking train and head, I'm guessing 25 miles out of the city, which is annoying, but it is what it is.
Essentially, like, we have to
14th Street. And here's the subway. Maybe I'll take you in a little bit. Oh, this is the L. This is not what we want. We want the 6 train. Don't mind me while I vape. I'll probably get popcorn lung for this. Here we go. Maybe I'll take you down the subway with me. Wouldn't that be exciting? Until people start yelling at me. Don't take my picture. I'll take you a little bit in. But I want to say something to you guys. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. There'll be more of this. If you want to see more of New York City grime and grit, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, watch some of the playlists, and keep me motivated to keep doing this. Because if nobody's watching, what's the point? What's the point of it all? No one likes to be putting videos out into a void. Oh, there's another drug overdose. More NYU buildings. I heard somebody say daddy. Hope they weren't talking to me. I am so hungry right now. It's a bad idea, folks. Do not drink on an empty stomach. That is alcoholic behavior. Do not do that. Drink with food.
Yeah, usually really chill. As long as we're around.
All right, here we are. Union Square. The garden spot of New York City. Well, not really. What the hell is that? Is somebody under that thing? Oh my God. I'm gonna, if it gets hairy down here, I'm gonna just cut it. This video has been too long as it is for a video about nothing. Here's the subway. We're in the subway, where you risk your life every minute of your travels. Oh my God. Outside it felt like it was 55 degrees. Coming here, feels like it's 110. We have to go to Grand Central. We need the 4, 5, or 6 uptown, which is right here.
What y'all talking about? There's like ominous stuff over there.
Oh, let's go down. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go down this one. Alright folks, I'm going to end it right here. The subway is no place to put a camera in people's faces unless you have a death wish. So until next time, peace out. And buy me a coffee, for God's sakes. I could use it.